As disappointed as the Giants were with that series result against the Dodgers are just as happy the other side of that equation. 3 games won there, extended their divisional lead from 3.5 to 6.5. Just go back to the Major League Baseball recordings from last Monday. I think it was August 24th, where I called out the Dodgers, Washington, and Baltimore as 3 veteran teams that really needed to get on the stick and start winning games. We were going to look from a handicapping perspective to fade all three had they continued to fail. The Dodgers have been the best of the three. Since that day, Monday the 24th, they've gone 8-1 over their 9 games. That is what's helped extend that lead over San Francisco. I believe on that day, August 24th, they were only a game and a half ahead in the divisional race. Now, once again, 8-1 over their last 9 and in real good shape here as they head into a 4-game set with San Diego. They're going to give the ball to Matt Latos, who over the course of his last 3 games, he hasn't made it through 5 innings, and he's put up an 8.10 ERA. You know, as good as the Dodgers have pitched over this 9-game stretch, that all their numbers in that 9-game stretch, the overall numbers, include the poor performances by one Matt Latos. So they need him to get back on the hill and turn it around a bit. You know, it's funny, before these 3 starts, the most recent starts by Latos, where he's been just abysmal, he had come up with 5 consecutive quality starts if you date back to June the 30th when he was with Miami. He actually went on the DL for a little bit, came off on the 21st. He hit the DL with a couple of quality starts, then came off, pitched real well. Then all of a sudden, these last 3 games just hasn't had it against Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and the Chicago Cubs. Those 3 teams got him pretty good. He's thrown against San Diego in Petco Park once already this year. That came on July 26th during that 5-game span of quality outings. For Miami on that day, he went 6 innings, allowed 6 hits, 3 earned runs, didn't walk anybody, struck out 5. Pretty good performance. If he does that tonight, should put the Dodgers in line for a victory, because Colin Rea, the rookie right-hander for the San Diego Padres, also is a guy who hasn't even made it through 6 innings once in his first 4 starts. He's gone 5 and 2/3, 4 and 5 innings once again. For Rea, the overall numbers look like this: 19 and 2/3, 23 hits, 13 earned runs, struck out 16, walked 6. His ERA is 5.95. His whip is 1.47. His pitch per inning count, once again a struggling pitcher, 17.9, almost up to 18 per inning. The first couple of starts out of the chute against Cincinnati and Atlanta looked pretty good for him as far as getting in and out of innings. They were at least average numbers, 15 and 16.4, but since then, against St. Louis and Philadelphia, both better offensive teams than Cincinnati and Atlanta, it's been a struggle for Colin Rea. Game whips of 1.75 and 1.60 and game ERAs of 9.0 and 7.2 just aren't going to get it done. Dodgers haven't hit the ball very well lately, but they have seen some pretty good pitching, and here the bats should get a little bit of a break and should be able to put up some runs. You know, what's interesting here about this one, as well as we look a little deeper into the game, is the fact that you would think, looking at the numbers, going through the handicap, that we'll see some bullpen action and maybe some, at least back third bullpen action. Where Matt Latos is concerned, maybe he can get the 6. But if you take what these 2 guys have done lately, you figure the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, you have to account for those 4 innings being taken over by the bullpen in this game. And San Diego's in real trouble where bullpen fatigue is concerned. Joaquin Benoit last night, 31 pitches, one of their better arms, late third of the game. He shouldn't be available tonight after 31 pitches. If he is, I would question his effectiveness. Craig Kimbrell, the closer for the San Diego Padres, back-to-back nights worth of work, 52 pitches thrown by Kimbrel, including 37 last night against the Texas Rangers in that 10-inning game. Would not expect to see Kimbrel in this one. So you're taking away basically the two best arms in that bullpen for tonight's game. And Bud Norris threw 21 pitches, could come back. You might see Kevin Quackenbush. You might remember him a couple of nights ago allowing Elvis Andrus to steal home plate against him. Quackenbush has been pretty good, though, for this team this season. So the Padres are going to be minus a couple of their prize arms out of the bullpen. Should help the LA Dodgers, who, because of Clayton Kershaw, got a complete night's worth of rest for their relief corps, something they seriously needed. You can count on all of the Dodger pitchers to be ready to go here. Louis Avalon, the lefty setup man, has been very good as of late for Los Angeles, starting to come into his own and make at least one piece of that trade pay off recently, at least. And Avalon, who's had stretches where he's been real good when he was with the Braves, might be in the midst of one right now. Kenley Jansen available for this evening, as are all the rest of the Dodger relievers. They've been troublesome and problematic, no doubt about it, but everybody is rested there for LA. Let's take a look at the number on this particular game as we speak. Or let's go to the opener first. LA and Matt Latos opened $1.20. Total on the game was 7.5, under -20. But the Dodgers have been bet hard here early this morning, from the overnight opener of 120 all the way up to $1.43 and as high as $1.50. So you're talking about a 25 to 30 cent move at almost every major venue right now on the LA Dodgers. Once again, bettors do like streaks. And with LA winning 8 of the last 9, and with LA being a very public team, some of that is in there. Big money does follow streaks, whether they be hot or cold. But there are some fundamental things that I just discussed that really point towards Los Angeles here. And one of those would be who's going to close the game if you're San Diego in this one. Colin Rea probably has to turn the ball over for at least 3 innings here, 4 innings to the relief corps, and I don't know if that's going to be a good sign for San Diego. They just haven't hit the ball that well this season. Justin Upton owns some nice career numbers against Matt Latos, but other than that, I don't know that you could pick a better venue or a better lineup for Matt Latos to try and straighten out against. We'll see how this one goes. Once again, the Dodgers being bet pretty hard here this morning, up now to as high as $1.50 over the San Diego Padres.